why you need a US PayPal account. In this video today, I'm going to go over why you need a US PayPal account. And this is going to be directed towards everyone, towards e-commerce sellers, towards service providers. And if you don't know what PayPal is, I'm going to go over that as well. And I'm going to touch on how to open it. So stay to the end because I'm going to tell you why you need it, how to get it, and what it's best used for. Okay, let's do it. So there's a lot of reasons for needing a US PayPal account. And I'm mostly talking to my clients and my viewers outside of the US because if you're in the US, I don't need to say US PayPal account. I can say a PayPal account. And it's probably not too much of an issue for you to open it. But the truth is, if you're outside of the country, opening a US PayPal account is difficult. And I've speculated on the reasons why in the past, and I'm going to speculate again, and I'm going to explain this to you. If you're selling, especially e-commerce, because it's generally more quantity and people like to buy e-commerce with PayPal, and I see it mostly with my clients who are doing e-commerce. If you're selling and you want to have the option to sell PayPal, but you use, let's say, a Spain PayPal or a Belgian PayPal or a Panamanian PayPal, if that's an option, if you integrate that to your website, not Panama, it's a bad example, but if you integrate that to your website, what happens is you're selling to Americans in US dollars, and then PayPal is giving you, translating it to your currency, giving it back to you. What happens though is that PayPal gives you terrible exchange rates, and PayPal is charging you a lot to do that transaction. Whereas if you just kept it in US dollars or even charged in local currency, which is more difficult, you're losing 10%. And on a business that's about margins, especially e-commerce, it's critical. And that's why I have clients reaching out to me all the time saying, James, how do I open a US PayPal account? Because what happens is, right, you can open a PayPal account, but you need an ITIN or you need a US tax ID, a personal tax ID. And they need that for every client because they want the US PayPal accounts to be opened by Americans and by US people. Even if you have a US company, you generally need some kind of tax ID to keep the account open. In the past, we used to put all nines or all ones or just make up a number for the tax ID for the person and it would work. But what I found now is that after you do between $1,000 to $10,000 in sales, eventually IRS will ask you for your proof of residency, and they'll ask for your social security card, or they'll ask for your U.S. passport or your some identifying information. And we found that they will accept, in almost all instances, an ITIN letter. So you can show that you have a U.S. tax ID with your ITIN letter, and that's something that will allow you to continue using PayPal. So while you can set it up, sometimes, like right now, I don't think you can anymore. I think you need this number first. But while you can set it up, if you don't have this proof, they're going to hold your money until you can show them this proof of being a US person. Because again, I think they want their fees, and I think that they require you to use your home country account just so they can collect more fees on people selling into the States. And it's probably on their balance sheet. They probably make a lot of money doing this. And that's just speculating. So that's the first reason why you need a PayPal account, is because you want to save money on fees and you want to sell more. So I guess that's a two-part question, because with PayPal, a lot of Americans, including myself, when I'm shopping for clothes or whatever I'm doing on the internet, I'm going to use PayPal if I have the option, because I can just click and sign in, and then it has all my payment information, my shipping information, and I don't need to enter anything, and it's easier. For Americans, generally pretty lazy. It's all about convenience. So if you can make the purchasing process more convenient, you're going to convert more. And I'm betting you guys, if you have a PayPal option versus not having a PayPal option and you split test it, the PayPal option is going to sell more. And you should split test it, right? It's your business. Sell more. So all that being said, the foreign PayPal account is going to cost you. And getting a US PayPal account is difficult, but not impossible. So you need the ITIN to register and get the PayPal account open and push through that process. And once you have that, you should be pretty good. I haven't had too many issues with clients who have had, similar to Stripe, where Stripe will close accounts because of elevated risk. PayPal isn't as strict about the elevated risk stuff because they're so customer friendly. If someone says they didn't like your product and they issue a refund via PayPal, PayPal will just take the money back from you, and they'll give you a hard time, and they'll give the money back to your client. So that's the con of using PayPal. But obviously, it's going to help you sell more. Like I said, I haven't had as many issues with PayPal as I had for Stripe in terms of account closures. But if you get your account closed and they're holding money, you just have to be persistent. You have to call customer support. You have to follow up with them, and you have to just do whatever you can to get them to release your funds back to you. as quickly as possible, because if you don't do anything, they're not going to do anything and your funds will stay forever. So I hope you don't get any funds blocked, but if you do, that's kind of my advice for you, is to just keep calling them and until you get the money back. So I want to give you a brief summary because I think I've been all over the place. US PayPal selling to US customers is going to save you a lot of money, up to 10% on currency exchanges. To open a US PayPal, you need to have a US tax ID personally. You generally need a US entity as well. I haven't had people open personal accounts as foreigners using ITIN. I imagine you can try, but I haven't had that experience and it doesn't make as much sense. It's easier to have it with an entity and you have the liability protection. And then at the end of the day, if you get your account closed, just keep calling PayPal until you get someone who can help you and send the money back to you. I always recommend you have other options that you can accept payments with credit cards via Stripe or via Stacks or some other credit card processor as well. And I have other videos that do talk about those and give you advice on how to use Stripe without getting your account closed. So definitely click in the links below and subscribe to the channel and find those videos. And you can learn about that too, because I'm starting to make more content about the payment processors and getting paid and about the tech end behind this stuff. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, they change policies a lot. So I'm going to have to make update videos and I do that. But, I don't want to ramble on here. I think PayPal is a great solution. If you're selling to Americans, you should use a US PayPal account. And if you need help setting it up, you can contact us and we're happy to help figure it out, especially with getting the ITIN number, because that's definitely something we can do. I hope this video was helpful for you. And if you have questions, comment below and we'll try and answer them. Thanks. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. And I want to share some things I have to offer you. If you're looking for help expanding to the US or fixing a tax problem, the quickest way to contact us is to schedule a free call in the description below or at visiting jamesbakercpa.com/schedule. If you want to skip the line and speak with me directly, there's also a link in the description to schedule a call with me, which is another great option. I encourage you to join our Telegram and Discord groups, because in there we're announcing when I'm going live, I'm participating, I'm answering questions in real time. It's all free, and it's a quick community to engage with other entrepreneurs and people like yourself who are international and learning about this stuff. And I think it's a really valuable place to be in. At the end of the day, if you just subscribe and see me on the next video, that works too. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.